Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 230. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy. What's up, SLAC fam? Welcome back.
We back in the building, yes. Welcome back, indeed. Another great week of sports and another Tuesday come around, you know what I'm saying? So we get to spend a little time together and chat sports, you know what I'm saying? Talk that ish. So with that being said, we want to welcome in some of our slackers that are in the building already. We got Kelly.
Yeah.
We got Pops.
Pops.
And we got Moms as well. So
okay.
That's what's up. And
you knew Anthony was coming through.
We knew our boy from Chiefs Kingdom was going to be here to represent as well.
Yes,
welcome,
sir.
Anthony West, and that's what's up.
Yeah.
So, as always, we also got Grace in the building. Hello, Grace.
Williams.
Thank you for being here with us. And as always, we love having y'all part of the show. So keep the comments coming. Let us know your thoughts on the topics. Let us know if you got other topics that you want us to cover. We're here for it. You know what I'm saying? This show is our show. So we get to make it what we want to. So with that being said, Strizzy, you have anything you want to do for your check-in? You feeling good today?
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Got some good Heat news, you know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. It's on the agenda to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Kind of I don't know what, I'm happy with it. Definitely happy with it, that's for sure. But we'll see how it pans through. You know what I'm saying? If anybody can get them up and running, it's Spo. So we'll talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. Got to trust in the guy that's done it before. You know what I'm saying? He makes the pieces work. So that's what's up.
We definitely only got better. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. So that is definitely some good news. I'm doing good over here. And I'm especially delighted today because we got our brother in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh.
What did I? My bad.
You froze on me for a second. My bad.
I froze just when I was trying to say how excited I was to bring in our brother, Mad Marcus. You know what I'm saying? He's here with us. So beaming in. What's good, brother?
What's up, peoples, man? We back. Been a while.
Yeah, man. It's all good though. We understand that you are a very busy man. So anytime we get to bend your ear, man, we're very excited about that. So you doing good?
Yeah, everything's good, man. Everything's good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hopefully those storm clouds, you know what I'm saying, they stay where they're at. It has been weird weather though out here in AZ for the past couple of days. So I'm ready for a sunshiny day pretty soon here. You know what I'm saying? They're just around the corner. So with that being said, let me go ahead and pull up our graphics right quick and let's get into our first agenda topic of the day. What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL Talk. Let's get it. All right, NFL Talk. We had the big divisional round of the playoffs. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk some NFL news in a second, some predictions as far as for next weekend in a second. But first, we're going to just go through game by game as they happen, starting with the Texans and Ravens game. Ravens ended up winning 34-10. And my bad about the timer. You can ignore that. But Ravens ended up winning 34-10, and it ended up being a little bit more of a beatdown than I expected. But still a great season for the Texans. You know what I'm saying? Still happy for C.J. Stroud, but there was no rust to be had, and the Ravens are looking really good.
Yeah, man, I completely agree. I think one of the things that separates the Ravens from everybody is coaching right now. You know what I mean? Their ability to make adjustments. That game was 10-10 going into halftime. It was tied up, you know what I'm saying? And they made adjustments. And the Texans, with that really, really good offense, man, didn't score another point, not even a field goal all second half. So it just kind of shows, what they're capable of. But the thing I love about this coaching staff is they make adjustments, not just at halftime. They do it through the entire game. And, that was definitely the difference in this game, man. So, I said a long time ago, the only team that can get in the way of the Ravens was the Niners, and they beat them down. So right now, for me, I feel like it's theirs to lose.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it the same way. Marcus, what were your thoughts on the game?
It was like I thought. They was a little rusty coming out. I said it'd be a little closer to the end. I said the second half they'll come out and they'll pull away from them. They're a better team, and their defense looked really good too. So and Lamar looked comfortable. So I don't know. Are they gonna be able to get injuries for next round, or I say they make it to Super Bowl?
I think that for next round, because last game he was very close. But Strizzy, did you hear about that?
Yeah, for sure. So the last game they actually activated Andrews to play in the game against the Texans, But I think they kind of figured, like, you know what, let's hold them out for at least the AFC Championships. I feel like in the back of their mind, they didn't think they were going to lose this game. So they kept him out one more week. It worked out. Isaiah Likely had a nice game. Isaiah Likely just needs to get more playing time. I mean, that dude's an absolute monster. He's beastly every time Andrews gets hurt. So,
True.
But he should be back for the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, it looked good. I guess the other guy was named Likely. I think he a tight end.
Yeah.
So he looked good too. So I think overall they'll be good, man. So it was a good game though. It was as we thought it was going to be, you know. So
for sure. No, I agree. Anthony Weston says Ravens were a juggernaut in the second half.
Yeah.
Pop said coaching and their physicality outlasted the Texans' physicality. And I definitely agree with that. But the Texans did come to play, you know what I'm saying? It just didn't really pan out for them.
For sure, man.
But Mark Andrews will be a big get back for next week just because of the comfort level with Lamar too. Yeah. But I didn't realize this, but they were drafted the same year. Like, that's crazy. Mark Andrews seems like he's like way older to me.
Yeah.
He seems like he's more of a veteran than we would consider Lamar, but they were drafted in the same year. They came in together as rookies. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
He's been a security blanket this whole time, man.
Exactly. So that's what's up. But no real surprises there. Ravens moving on. Let's go to the next game, Saturday night, Green Bay at San Francisco. The 49ers 24-21 in this game. They didn't play very well in the first half. They were looking a little bit uncharacteristic, but Green Bay just didn't have enough to capitalize. But Strizzy, I'll let you go first on this one because I know that you watched the 49ers closely, CMC, Purdy. What were your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, man, it's funny. This game ended the way I thought the Ravens-Texans game was going to end. You know what I'm saying? Like, the 49ers, the Green Bay Packers actually looked really, really good offensively, you know, against your boys, unfortunately, 2 weeks ago. So if we're talking, secure the back type stuff, I had Green Bay against the spread, against this team. So it's one of them things where I just felt like I knew the Niners weren't going to have this very easily. And it literally took, a last minute mistake, for them to get this win. Otherwise they would have been at home. So, lucky for them. If they're gonna, talk about Russ, but if they're playing like this next week, I don't see them being able to beat either the Chiefs or the Ravens. So, right now for me, it's looking like, the Super Bowl is going to be coming out the AFC again this year.
I feel
it was a good game. The Packers should have won that game. I thought I should have won that game, and they didn't win. But the thing about it is, the Packer Nation, whatever you call them over there, the Packhead, whatever, they in good hands. Man. The Cheesehead, they in good hands, man. They gonna have a good team. Yeah. They got some good receivers. That defense is solid. You know what I'm saying? You can get a couple more pieces here and there, but overall, they got that quarterback of the future. He's gonna be a great quarterback. They get lucky. All these, I don't know how they keep getting these great quarterbacks, but I think he's gonna be a good quarterback for them. I think he's poised. He's calm like Aaron Rodgers was, and you can see a little bit of Aaron Rodgers in him a little bit too. You can tell he was backing them up a little bit. So it's gonna be another story with them. But I think they had nothing to put their heads down about. Mm-hmm. They wasn't supposed to get in the playoffs. They killed Dallas. They came in, almost beat the 49ers. So they got a bright future, man. So and then the 49ers, they in trouble, man. So they might not beat the Lions.
I know.
So they come and play like that. Like CMC saves them every year. He saves them every time they get in those kind of situations. He's a guy that he can carry the whole team on his back. So if he have a good game again, they can beat him. But if they kind of stop him, then they're gonna be in trouble. But overall, the Packers got a good future ahead of them, though.
Yeah,
I agree 100%. That's great analysis on the Packers because they do have they have people everywhere, right? So like you said, pick up a few pieces here and there, and they have quarterback of the future, and they have the coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? They have a good right coach, so that really does elevate your team. And I'm with y'all as well on the 49ers. It's like, you can't really play like that against other teams. Like the matchups ended up favoring them a little bit, but that could have went a different way for them for sure. Unc mentions Deebo Samuel has a bad shoulder. He was like a late scratch, like right before the game. But I don't know if that really makes too much of a difference. I know he's a difference maker, but I guess I'm like, they have other weapons that have kind of stepped up in his place and are more like, I don't know. It's hard to say more.
CMC,
you know what I'm saying,
CMC,
right?
If they didn't have CMC, he would have been doing them run packets. You see, he don't run the ball anymore because don't need to.
Right.
So, like you said, he's a factor. Of course, you need one of your top guys, but it wasn't that big of a deal him being out there like that instead. So.
Right. Like, I didn't see a lot of people being like, well, the reason Green Bay was in this game is because Debo was out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not it's not like that. So Anthony Weston, though, he agrees with you too, Marcus, that Green Bay blew it. Kelly, resident 49ers fan, you know what I'm saying, from the panel, played horribly, but we got the win in the end. And I think that might make the difference. Maybe that was the wake-up call they needed to have, to get it together. Pop says Green Bay gave it away, so many wasted opportunities, and that's for sure, man. They weren't wasting any of those opportunities against the Cowboys last week.
None of them.
They used them all up.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't save none for this week. So that's what's up. Before I get into the next game, though, I do want to welcome in Stephanie Washington. What's good?
What's up, Steph?
Welcome in. And Steph, we're gonna need to tap you from some reporting for sure. You're out there in Vegas, and the Super Bowl is headed your way, so that Super Bowl week is gonna be crazy. I'm curious,
though. Crazy as ever, I think too. Vegas Super Bowl,
it's gonna be the biggest.
Dog.
Yeah.
Man.
So I'm interested to see what you might be participating in, or what it looks like, or if you're just gonna stay away from the strip altogether because the traffic and everything's gonna be too crazy. So, but yeah,
it's definitely how many players gonna miss the game?
Right,
I'm
exactly.
I'm gonna say at least two gonna miss the game. I don't know they're gonna be key players, but two are gonna miss the game, man.
Right, something's gonna happen. They're gonna be like, "Yo, he didn't show up." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And with all those sharks out there, you never know, man. They'll be treacherous the night before the game. They'll be sending people to the room. You know what I'm saying? Doing everything. You know what I'm saying? But it'll be a crazy scene for sure. All right, let's move on to Sunday. This was another good game, a little bit par for the course, but there is something I want to discuss on this one. Tampa Bay at Detroit. Detroit held strong at the end, against Tampa Bay. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts about the game, and then I have a question for y'all. But Marcus, what did you think about the Lions?
Start with the question.
Well, the question is, if you're Todd Bowles, like, do you take a timeout at the end of this game?
No, you're not gonna win that game. I don't see nothing wrong with it. He know he was. Why delay that whole thing? Let's get out of here, man. We ain't winning this game, So like they missed a field goal, get lucky, then his chance is better not to talk timeout. So I have a problem with it. So
yeah, Strizzy.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. I didn't necessarily have it's kind of one of those things. It's like if you do it, it doesn't work out. Saying all of a sudden it was a bad timeout used, right? Like what I'm saying? It's like double-edged sword. Damn if you do, damn if you don't type deal. So I'm not too worried about it. Obviously they, ended up. It was close, but they ended up getting that touchdown in the end. The Lions, going up for good. So I'm not. It's okay. I'm with Marcus. Like it's over. We lost. You know what I'm saying? Like we got here.
If you have Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, or Lamar, then you got Baker Mayfield back there. You ain't gonna get up there and do what you gotta do. So
right.
I mean. Yeah, no, I agree. And I see it from the lens too of they literally had the ball with the chance to drive and score 8, and he just threw a pick. Like that's why the Lions had the ball back.
Exactly.
And also I do think it's a big hindsight thing, because if the Lions played that right, they could have waited until they kneeled all the way down to time, and that time would have been evaporated. So the Lions kind of messed it up a little bit because they could have trained it better. But also, Tampa Bay didn't call the timeout after the first kneel down, so it was all right, we agree that this game is over. So, I kind of am with y'all too. The competitor in you wants to say only need 1 second, blah blah blah. But also the athlete in you too is all right, we can accept this defeat. The game's over. So. I see it either way, but if I'm a fan, I'm not mad. I think I would have done the same thing, probably just let it run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't need to waste
the overall for me for the game is I'm happy for Coach Campbell, and I'm happy for Detroit Lions and their fan base. They deserve this. Anybody deserve this right here? They deserve this. And I hope they do get to the Super Bowl. I don't care if they don't win the Super Bowl, just getting there. I'll be happy because my team didn't make it. If they got to the Super Bowl, I'll be happy with that. I'll be rooting for them. So I think I'm happy for the coach, because from that year he came in to where he's at now, man, that's the hard knocks and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's kind of cool to see all that how develop over there, man. So I like it.
Different coach, but I mean, from 0-16, the NFC Championship's a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, and in not a long period of time, right?
Right, exactly.
So no, I agree with y'all. Definitely happy for the Lions. to get there. I like the way that they play physical. I like the way that they aren't scared. You know what I'm saying? They go for it on fourth down a lot. Obviously, it's easier to make 10 yards in 4 tries than 3. So, you know what I'm saying? They just put it out there. You know, they gamble a little bit more, but that pays off. And honestly, like, how cool would it be if the Super Bowl ends up being a rematch of the first game of the year? You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be pretty dope if the Lions do end up matching up with KC. Because, you know, that was like that's like a little kind of like a storyline thread that's coming, like, maybe, you know what I'm saying? You never know. Yeah. So that would be really super dope, but I'm definitely happy for the Lions. And I think the game was kind of what we expected. I hate to say it. I know Moms is probably going to be upset with me, but I'm like, when I was watching the game, though, I was kind of low key, like not rooting for Baker, but I wanted to see him do well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of like, it's kind of cool that he has resurged his career. And and Unc says multiple teams looking to sign him 45th. I don't know about that. I just think he comes back to the Bucks on a decent deal, way better than he made this year, and that he continues to build there. And also, Mike Evans said he wants to come back 10 years with 1,000 yards each year. Like, that's incredible. So if they can bring it back, you know what I'm saying, that would be kind of cool, man. So, you know, props to Baker for bouncing back.
No, most definitely. I think the one thing too is like I think when he came in from Oklahoma with this, you know, that kind of same attitude mentality. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the older he's gotten, he's just really calmed down. Like, you don't hear anything from him anymore. The interviews are a lot lighter, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this whole process of him going from like number 1 overall pick to starter to not sure if he's going to have a job, you know what I mean? I think it was really humbling for him. So I'm kind of with you. Like, it's kind of nice kind of seeing like a more calm, more kind of relaxed, less loud kind of Baker Mayfield. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And he owes Sean McVay a lot, man, for giving him those few games at the end of last year, man, because that definitely gave him the display he needed, you know. Exactly. Anthony Weston also, he comments, this lets you know how good the Bucs roster really was. They actually made it further than last year. We destroyed these guys last year in the first game of the playoffs, man. It's like, dang. But I do give a lot of credit to Todd Bowles because, like, their team is super stable and they're a really solid team all around. So
they had injuries too, so it kind of cost them every year. So
yeah, exactly. That's true. Unc says Baker Mayfield's the modern day Trent Dilfer, just better paid.
Nah,
if only he can. I was gonna say, I think he's a little bit better than that, but if only he could be on a team that the defense gives up 3 points a game, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
I could have been a quarterback then.
Right, exactly. You would have been coming home with that chip. So, Stephanie Washington says the only Hard Knocks I ever watched was Tampa Bay, so I feel invested in some of their players, knowing them a little better, and that's real. Like, when you get to see the stories behind some of these guys, it's like, oh man, you root for them in a different way because you kind of know what they've been through. Definitely. And it's crazy to think about, though, that like basically like every NFL player has a story like that. Like, to get to the NFL is so hard. Like, I know we criticize guys and stuff like that, but to make it to the NFL is like it's such a small percentage. Yep. And these guys coming from like, oh, they were Pop Warner, they were the biggest high school, college, and every level it gets harder and harder, and that it dwindles down the numbers. So just to make it in the NFL is crazy. So
definitely, I say it all the time. Like, you get to the NFL, you know, I mean, you were the best in high school except Pop Warner. Even in college, you were arguably one of the best players. You get to the NFL, everybody's fast, right?
Right.
Almost everybody can catch. Everybody's big. Everyone's built. Everyone can bench 225. You know what I'm saying? It's just you know, to be a difference maker is so difficult to be. You know what I mean? So, like you said, we give these guys a hard time, but like, I'm not lining up against them.
Right. They're out there balling. So that's what's up. All right, let's get to the final matchup of the week. Kansas City visiting Buffalo. Chiefs ended up winning 27-24. I think we did hit the over on some of our prop bets. Yep. But definitely Kansas City kind of coming through. But again, the defense was the story, man. The defense is the difference. I think they commented Buffalo had 0 plays over 20 yards or more. So everything, you know, that they got was just kind of dink and dunk. And when the time came, the defense trapped up. What did you guys think, though? What are your big takeaways from this game?
It's time for Buffalo to break it up. You know what I mean? I think Diggs is definitely gone. I think he's been wanted out of there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how, but I see him as a Cowboy next year. I do. Like, I really do. Like, if they want to get it done, they can get it done. But it's just one of them things, man. Josh might be able to beat Mahomes in the regular season, but when it comes to playoff time, he just can't get over that hump. You know what I mean? So he played very well. You look at the numbers that he played really well. We knew this is going to come down to like who has the most turnovers, who turns it over first, and the Bills had that turnover, then KC gave it literally right back. You know what I'm saying?
Like it just washed out. Yeah,
it just washed out. You know what I mean? And KC ended up. We knew this game was going to end by a field goal. You know what I mean? Like whoever won was going to be by a field goal. So, this is one of the best. This is one of the better rivalries in NFL right now, man. These teams play each other so well. And they play each other so many times in the last like 4 years. Like you might as well just you might as well switch some stuff out. Put the Las Vegas in the AFC East and throw Bills in the AFC West, man. Just
switch it up.
Yeah, just let them play each other twice a year, dog. Like these games are always really, really good.
Yeah, no, for sure. Marcus,
I don't know. I just never the hype of this game. I just didn't see the Bills gonna beat them. I just never thought it was a close game, but I don't think it was that close. So I don't know. I'm just different. I don't think Buffalo is that team. I just never. It's hard to respect them. I'm a Cowboy fan. We know we always beat them. So I never had respect for them. I'm not trying to be funny, but I never had respect for them like that. So Josh Allen, he's an okay quarterback to me. He's not like everybody think he's great. He's okay. He's an okay quarterback. He's not gonna be better than Jim Kelly. He ain't gonna beat none of his records. I think he's gonna be a decent running quarterback. That's all I think about him. And in Kansas City, you can't count those guys out. I'm just after last year. You can't until they get put out. I'm picking them to win the whole thing. I can't put none against. I don't know what Pat Mahomes and Kelsey and Andy Reid got. I can't put my money against them. Even if they play the Ravens, I'm picking them to win the game. So I just think they have that much in them. And the last thing I'm gonna say, if they make it to the Super Bowl, can we not show Taylor Swift? I'm sick of seeing her at these games. Can we ban her? Like let's go somewhere else. Go in the stadium. I'm saying where you gonna be at. Just go somewhere, watch the game, being peaceful. Because I'm sick of seeing her.
Hey Marcus, you know what's funny? I'm gonna tell you right now. If they get to the Super Bowl, it's gonna be at an all-time high, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna be seeing an all-time high of Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift might be the only person on the planet who's popular enough to adopt a cat. Her cat makes $9 million a year, fam.
Dang.
The cat, obviously it goes to her, but her cat that she adopted makes $9 million a year. Bro, like they get to the Super Bowl, we gonna see her at least 25 times, bro. They should put a prop on FanDuel, dog. Like over under 20 times for Taylor Swift, dog. It's coming.
But I must say she might not have never meant this. I'm gonna say it though. She likes that. If she didn't like the put the camera, she could make it stop. She could be like, y'all go put the camera.
Facts.
She likes that.
Close the window. You know what I'm saying? Tint the window, or something. No, I agree. I think that she likes it. I think it's good for her brand and stuff like that. But what I really like don't understand is like the networks, their fascination with it. Like I'm wondering, like, do they really see that big of a spike that they're like, we have to show this? You know what I'm saying? But
they probably do though.
Right.
I mean that because it's like they've not stopped. Like it's gotten it's crazy.
Her fan base is crazy though, so I can't.
They're insane.
Yeah. I know, like the other day we seen a lady's Chiefs shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it was a Travis Kelce like jersey shirt, like a V-neck for women. I was like, oh, we can resell this right now, like easy. You know what I'm saying? Like his stuff is moving, but it's crazy. Like honestly, like I know they wouldn't go this far, but I bet at the Super Bowl, like this might be the first time we ever see a fan cam like in the corner. You know what I'm saying? They have a little box in the corner, like just steady streaming her. Like it's crazy, man. But I'm sure that they will have a cameraman assigned to the booth that she's in. You know what I'm saying? Like you just watch them and see what they're doing. But it is crazy. Pop says she might do her own halftime show for the booth. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised.
For real.
Anthony says she's just there supporting her boyfriend. She's not telling them to put her on TV. But the thing is, Anthony, like that's true. She's not telling them, but also she doesn't have to be visible. Like she can be in the club. She can be in a little bit of the back. You know what I'm saying of the suite, or she could be like in the locker bunkers underneath the locker rooms where they got the family suites and stuff. Like she doesn't have to be out there. She loves it.
She was definitely. Go ahead. You can finish.
No, I don't say she should get initiated. She should have to do a full game in that cold in the stands. Then you go to the booth. You can't go straight to the booth.
Yeah, that's for real.
I was gonna say, like, she's definitely big enough though to where she could be like, "Look, I just want to be here and supporting my boyfriend." You know what I'm saying? Like, keep the cameras off of me. Like, and she's big enough to do that. She makes that one request, they stop, man. But she not.
Have to.
She
not.
not
Ain't doing that. She ain't
not.
doing that.
Exactly.
That's so funny. But yeah, it's like Kelly says, yeah, it's not her, it's the news that won't stop. But hey, man, you know, the hype train is real. I guess though, for me, and I don't want to seem like I'm like disconnected, right? But I didn't know quite how famous she was like until this whole thing started, you know.
Me
like
either.
I knew she was, you know, famous and she did her thing, you know, but I didn't quite understand the you know what I'm saying, the captivity that she's got everybody in.
I still think she didn't thank Kanye too for what he did to her on the stage, so I think that kind of pushed her up too a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was like the way back.
That's when I first knew who she was. I was like, who's playing? You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, Taylor Swift. There's only so many entertainers, music wise, who are considered global entertainers, and she's one of them. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people won't be like, oh, she's up there with like, but she really is. Like, as far as like her fan base is up there with like Beyonce's and Drake's. You know what I'm saying? So.
What's her people's name? What's her fans' name?
Swifties, something like that.
Swifties, okay,
yeah. So I mean, like, there aren't very many global entertainers, right? You got a bunch of people who are really big, big in certain regions of the world. But she's an all-world entertainer. Like, everybody from different regions of the world love her.
We know she's in Anthony's playlist too. He ain't gonna admit it, but we know.
Hey, he says it himself. He said, "I don't have a problem with her. It doesn't bother me." So
I know she's in the playlist.
She's coming up on there. Stephanie says, "Come on, Lex, like she's gonna hide." I know she's not, but I'm just saying she could if she really wanted to. You know, I don't feel bad for her. I guess
it's all about the game. Quit putting the camera on me. That's all I'm going to just say. Quit. Maybe once or twice we can do that when he scored or something like that. He ain't got the ball. Like we don't want to see her.
Right. This man had 2 touchdowns. I think every time he scored, they showed her.
Yeah, every time he made a catch, every time he made a drop.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Stephanie, I mean, you're totally right. It's a moneymaker. Kids and girls are watching football now.
Yep.
And then this too, I think that is interesting. I saw a news story about how it's been for dads to share watching football with their daughters now. And that is, you know what I'm saying? That is cool. So it's just interesting that these shifts in like our culture like come when you would never expect it. Like, just something random. So
that's hilarious. You got dads talking about, here comes Taylor Swift. I'd have been like, you see this right here? This is the cover 2 defense right here.
Exactly.
This is a cover 2 defense. What this means is the safety has over the top help over the corner. So I'd be talking totally different to my daughter watching football.
Oh man. Stephanie says we're a bunch of haters, but I just think it's like
might be so. You might be right.
I ain't gonna deny it.
Might be right. Because she's a cowboy. I'll be the same way. Leave her alone, man. I'll be doing it. Leave her alone.
I'd be like, she can come to the game if she wants to.
Yeah.
There's a sliver.
When Jessica Simpson was there, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to get on her. He was like, leave her alone, man. She's there for her boyfriend.
Yeah, until she cursed us. So
that's
the only difference. It hasn't cost the Chiefs yet, so that's the good thing.
It hasn't. That's the only thing. Yeah, you're right. So she's safe.
Oh man. That is so funny though. But Stephanie, that's funny. She said, except for Anthony, a Swiftie himself. And then Kelly says
he won't admit it, but he's a Swiftie, and we're gonna do it. Shout out to Kelsey's brother too. He made a little scene too while he was there at the game too.
Yeah, I feel like he knew the cameras were going to be on them, so he just jumped out front, like, all right then. But Unc does say Kelsey brothers rumored to be considering both considering retirement, and if Travis goes out on top, back-to-back Super Bowls, like, might be a good time for him. And it's crazy because, like, Travis Kelce is actually older than Gronk, but like we don't think about it that way because their rise kind of came differently. So he's definitely in football years. You know what I'm saying? He's up there. So
no, exactly.
I am kind of happy though for Jason Kelce. Like he just looks like he's like finally like let go. Like he's like, all right, I'm free. Like I don't have to worry about all this stuff anymore. So
for sure,
he's young too though. He's like what 34?
Yeah, but he's like
older.
Yeah, he's like I don't know, the 11 years in.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 11, 12
years. I think 13.
Yeah. That's crazy though. But yeah. So good stuff there. And we have our final matchups for this this upcoming weekend, and we will find out which of these 4 teams will represent their conferences in the Super Bowl. So do you guys want to do predictions now? I know we're going to do more of a breakdown later this week, but All right, how are you feeling at this point in the week? Lions, Niners, and Chiefs, Ravens.
Good, Marcus.
I want Lions Chiefs. That's what I want to see.
I want my boy. It's funny. I was thinking Baltimore, San Francisco, but now Ada reminded me that the first game of the season was played. I'm like, this literally might be a repeat with what the NFL wants, but. My heart tells me.
I'm that dark, man. You can't see me just now. Golly,
we lost everything but your earbud, fam.
Yeah, man. I got Baltimore, San Fran. I'm thinking a rematch from a couple of weeks ago.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be a rematch one way or another, but yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards the Lions if they play physical, because 49ers have had like problems with the physical teams, like even when they lost the Browns and stuff like that. Like when they get beat up, like when they hit Purdy, it's a different story. So maybe the Lions, even Kelly says I'll be rooting for the Niners, but the Lions are a better story. So maybe she's warming up to the fact that they might not.
As long as the Niners don't go, I don't care about nothing else. As long as they don't go, I don't care who wins.
Yeah, for sure. But I am kind of rooting for the Lions Chiefs as the matchup, but. In the Chiefs-Ravens game, I don't really know how to call it. I think both of these games are going to be good. I think both of these games are going to be close. So we'll see. Stephanie Washington, she's going for the Lions for the whole thing. That's what's up. Pops thinks it's going to be 49ers-Ravens. And did you guys see the logo conspiracy thing? Did you guys see this on the internet?
No.
There's like a conspiracy that the logo for the Super Bowl contains the colors of the two teams that are going to participate. And so they went back the last few years, and it actually kind of matches. Like, I'll pull that up in a second. I'll show you guys. It's kind of funny. The little
Ravens 49ers.
Looks like Ravens 49ers for this one.
Yeah, and so people are saying that that's what they're thinking. Hold on, okay. I'll show you guys real quick.
That'd be nuts.
That would be crazy though, huh? Let me just throw this on here real quick. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
So this is the last two Super Bowl logos. You had the Bengals and the Rams, and then the Eagles and KC, and now they're saying 49ers and Ravens are the suspected teams.
That would be insane.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, we see how popular WWE is. Like, you never know.
I saw a video the other day, had me dying. I was in tears, bro. It was a video, and this dude, he was pretending to be Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs. And he was like Stephon Diggs reading his script, how he's gonna play in the divisional round in the playoffs.
That's funny.
That was weak. I was rolling. He was like,
that's what they said. That's what they said about CeeDee Lamb, is that he was upset because he got the script right before the game, and that's why he was thrown off during the whole game, because he had just read the script. So,
this something happened. I don't know. Like, maybe I missed something, but didn't he have a good game? Like, I mean, as far as like yards and receptions go, like, didn't he lead like usual? Like
later on, but no, he's talking about you talking about CD?
Yeah, CD. I'm talking about in the last game. In the
his yards were all garbage yards. Like from the very beginning, like him and Dak were off on different pages. There was a couple
beginning.
Couple drops, things like that, and it was weird because they were like going over to him, talking to him on the sideline, like they looked like they were kind of getting into it in the huddle a little bit. So he ended up having a good game, but it was all, you know what I'm saying, like in the fourth quarter, all that garbage time stats that came in the fourth quarter.
That makes more sense. I did see a couple of the miscues from both of them, you know what I'm saying? Like they were both there.
Which we got to talk about that a little bit too, for sure. Because I think Pops was putting me onto some news about some drama with the Cowboys too. So we'll talk about that. But I did want to grab some of these. So I think that we all kind of made our predictions. But it's funny. Stephanie said out here predicting like the Simpsons. For sure. You know, you never know. Pops says they use the colors because of Arizona. That's nonsense. But you never know. You never really know. But Kelly said if it was scripted, Jerry Jones would pay enough to people to get. I think so too. You know what I'm saying? Like
NFL is not scripted, but it's definitely rigged.
If the script writers really don't like Jerry Jones, then because he would back up the bank and be like, just tell me how much I gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that Super Bowl. So,
I did it before. That's the Super Bowl I paid.
Right, exactly. He's like, He's like, my money no good. My money ain't no good no more. Yeah.
My money ain't good.
He's like, yo, that's so funny. But yeah, but we'll be back on Thursday to do our Secure the Bag predictions. And we are still doing the competition. This week, Mom went 4-0. And there was actually a few of us that went 4-0. But she went 4-0, and she predicted the Chiefs Buffalo score exactly right. She had it 27-24. So great jobs. Great job, Moms. That is her 5th weekly win for the season, taking over Anthony Weston's spot. They both were tied for 4 before this. So great job, Moms, dominating like that. And of course, Kelly as well, you know what I'm saying, for holding down the overall record for the year. So great job to both of you. But yeah, join us. I think we're going to do it Sunday morning, though, before the championship games. We'll see. Or maybe we'll air it that morning because I know some of us might be busy that morning. So we'll see. But we do have one thing. So I did want to talk about the Dak and Mike McCarthy. Marcus, I wanted to get your thoughts on this. Both of them seem to be coming back for next year, right? Both of them on the final year of their contracts, and both of them presumably in hot water right after the Green Bay game. So what were your thoughts on, the news that they'll both be returning?
I was hard on Dak, and, Pops used to be on my case about it, so I thought I loved him again. But I still like him as a quarterback, but I just think he's a quarterback that he needs a good team around him to win. Like, if he has an okay team, he don't play well. So I just think we need more. If we're gonna win, we need more pieces. I'm not happy about McCarthy coming back. I just don't understand why we doing it to ourselves. Like, I'm going to the season going in like ain't nothing gonna change, and then it's gonna be the same old stuff, the same old plays. Like, we have to clean house to get things to go different for us, man. We don't have that much time. Like, we run out of time, So I don't like the McCarthy coming back at all. I hate that. It's kind of made me a bad taste in my mouth. But like I said, Dak he gonna be who he is during the season, but he's like James Harden, When the powers come around, he disappears. So I don't know. So I can't wait till we get another quarterback put like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. I'm one of I like to think, I don't know, but I'm one of the biggest Dak supporters. Like, from day one, like, I've been with Dak. Like, I ride with Dak. You know what I'm saying? And I want nothing more than to see him be successful. But at this point, too, I'm almost feeling like maybe he needs to change the scenery. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was talking about it. I'm like, if he played for, like, the Chargers, you know what I'm saying, or the Vikings or something like that, like, he could still put up his numbers and do great, and you never know. But it's like that expectation hanging over him wouldn't be the same,
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like he's a good quarterback anywhere else, but is he if you play for the Cowboys, it's Super Bowl or bust, that's it. So I do think, though, like, when I look at Dak and McCarthy, like, I'm just seeing Jason Garrett and Tony Romo. Like, I'm seeing them again, and I'm then, like, that's why I'm not surprised at the end of the day that Jerry Jones is bringing them back, because how many more chances did we get of Jason Garrett and Tony Romo over and over and over and over, knowing that's like, okay, we can get so close and we can talk ourselves into thinking we're going to be okay, but we're not okay. Like, it's tough, I think I was ready for a change too. This is Jerry Jones, I think, thinking like maybe we can take that inch forward and not wanting to take a step backwards before we can go forward. But I would rather be working on like a 3-4 year plan to get us to the top, instead of like thinking that this plan that we've seen for the last couple of years is the one that's going to finally work differently.
Yeah. Watching that Dez Bryant interview on the Pivot, man, and with the stuff he was saying, it makes me look at football and the Cowboys a lot different now, because I don't care. I don't see him as a liar, And something they do is like, that's trash. Like, Dez was that guy for us, and like, you didn't want to pay him, so you did him like that. And I remember stuff he was saying in the game. I'm like, why are they not going Dez? Why they didn't? I remember saying that kind of stuff. Like, well, it don't make sense. And he come out with that. It's like, oh, that's what they were doing. It's like, that's jacked up, man. It's just kind of crazy how they did it. And like RC said, Dez should be playing right now. He could still be playing in the league right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the position, he might not be the Dez he is, but he can still do something on the goal line, like that. So
Right.
I just think that was kind of how I did him. But the NFL, I'm sorry, man, it's rigged, man. I'm sorry. I know I thought I would say that, but I think it is, man. They get who they want to do it. You can't do it perfectly, but you can do enough to make things happen like you want it to happen. I think that's how the NFL is. And I don't think it like it was back in the day, man. I think it's definitely rigged.
It's like there's too much money at stake and too much of the business side to like influence what happens because they're like, we can't totally let these outcomes be free. You know, like I don't know.
There's no way
it's crazy.
McCarthy don't get fired. Like any way he's getting fired. Like this, like what? You keeping him?
Yeah,
crazy, man.
But it is tough. Like to go through next year. Like I'm gonna hope for the best. Obviously, I'm gonna root, but I don't know what's gonna give me confidence to think that it's gonna be different when it comes to crunch time. Like that's the hard part for me. But we'll be there. You know what I'm saying? We'll be there next January, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah. Stephanie says, what about Micah Parsons' brother starting crap on X, dogging the organization? And I don't know if you guys did see this, but I don't know like everything that he said, but a few things he was saying, like he was pointing at Dak, basically like, yo, just take your money, like take your 40 million or go. Which I'm like, that's kind of crazy where I'm like, you can't be counting his pockets like that. Like, you know, like that's weird. And then CeeDee Lamb's mom tweeted or put on X, like X, Dak ain't it. So there's all these kind of rumors. Dak's brother coming out and being like, I'm begging my brother to get out from that organization, like and go somewhere, where he could be appreciated. Wow. So I don't know, man. It's just kind of crazy, but I'm like, it's too soon to be having this type of drama, like I don't know, man. It's not even the dog days of summer. We got a long way to go before they even lace up again. So I don't know. We'll have to see about that. But I was curious about Pops' thoughts on that. But also Pop said, Marcus, I agree. We need to clean house. I would let all our free agents go, but Dak is as good or better than anyone named Mahomes. Anyone not named Mahomes. And I guess that's what Jerry's looking at. He's like, I need to win a Super Bowl like now, like next year. Like, and am I going to have the pieces to replace these guys, or am I going to just hope that they can get over the hump? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in that game, man. I was watching like, what's wrong with him? Like, what happened? Like, I don't know, man. He should have been MVP unanimously, man. I don't know.
Somebody said something. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Dan Orlovsky. He said that like Dak, like Pop said, Dak is a good quarterback. As good as anybody not named Patrick Mahomes, but he doesn't have a champion's mentality. And to me, I'm with you. Like I've always rooted for Dak. I've always felt like he's a very solid quarterback. Any team, would be lucky to have him. He's better than so many starting quarterbacks right now. But I do see that. I don't see like that championship mentality in him. You know what I mean? Whereas like you hear Lamar Jackson when he got drafted, the Baltimore Ravens are going to get a championship out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't hear stuff like that from Dak. Dak doesn't have to be that mindset. Like. You know what I mean? Whereas like Lamar is literally coming out and he's looking at everything and being said about him on X, like right, and then he goes out like, all right, bet I got you. I'm gonna show you what he's good for a running back can do, and he goes out and he throws 5 touchdowns with no interceptions in a game. You know what I'm saying? So like I just feel like Dak doesn't have that in him. But I agree with Marcus. I feel like he needs a lot of talent around him, like in order to take that step that to get over that hump. Like I think they do need another like elite type receiver on the other side of CD. You know what I mean? And this is what the Cowboys do though. They usually do let their coach.
We need a running back. That's what we need.
Running back too.
Yeah, they do. They do a consistent one at that. You know what I mean? Something that they can rely on. But it's weird how their ground game was last year compared to this year. It just didn't really make much sense. But I don't know, man. Like I feel like y'all gonna be 12-3 again next year or whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna be 12-5. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna win the NFC East, and then it's gonna be like, all right, now what happens?
For real. You know what I'm saying? I'll be 12-5 next year too. I don't know. Yeah,
it's tough. Pop says his brother failed to mention Parsons had multiple games with no sacks or pressures. That's for sure, and he wants to get paid the big bag. You know what I'm saying? But
you gotta show up, dog. Man.
Yeah, like
show up, dog.
Right. I tell you, wait up. What's the recipe to beat the Cowboys, man? You know what I'm saying? Like I said it all the time, bro. Like a lot of the games, the 5 games or whatever it is y'all lost, were all just double team Micah, take Micah out the game, and
double team Lamb.
Exactly, man.
And, like
and
kind of in there.
And McCarthy can't make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to make those adjustments, man. Like, if they're going to take your best player out the game, cool, that's fine. That's what a defensive coordinator is supposed to do, or offensive coordinator is supposed to do. But you got to be able to make adjustments, and they just don't do that. That's why I was surprised McCarthy's coming back. That's why I feel like he's not that coach. I think Marcus said it a long time ago. He's a mediocre coach.
Right. Yeah. No, he did. And I agree. Like he's not gonna outsmart nobody. Like he ain't
right.
No
yeah.
defense.
Exactly.
And I agree. Like Unc says, like any team not ready at game time is the direct result of bad coaching or unwillingness of players to play for a specific coach.
Right.
And it's true though. It's like so many times where it's like when I hear Mike McCarthy come and say, "Oh, I'm shocked. I don't know what happened. I'm stunned." I'm like, well, then you weren't prepared. Like you didn't know what they were gonna do.
For
like,
real.
I mean. But Mom says Dak isn't a respected leader. Dang, this is a man of the year, NFL man of the year, you know? Unc says the same thing. Dak is not a leader. Pop says to CeeDee Lamb's mom, a lot of people said your son is not a number one receiver. Who did she think was throwing the ball to her son who shattered Cowboys records?
Right.
Like, he had a phenomenal year this year, like a career year. So somebody helped you out, like something.
Yeah, but he's the only receiver too. So I respect it. But he was the only receiver we had. Brandon Cooks, come on, man.
Yeah. Pop says, I disagree. Dak is a leader. Being a leader doesn't mean you will win the Super Bowl. And I agree. I think they have respect. And I guess that is the thing. Like when we talk about the scrutiny, though, it's like only one team wins every year.
For sure.
Yeah.
So
there's always someone to blame in the end when you're out. You know what I mean? It's just unfortunate that they're the Cowboys, so the expectations are just a little bit higher. You know what I'm saying? So they're looking for someone to go out on. I don't know. I don't watch them as a team enough to say whether he is or he isn't.
He is as soon as they're winning, but as soon as they're not, he's not. So it depends on what happens.
When they're winning, is an MVP candidate. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Right.
You beat Buffalo and Miami. No matter what, you win as MVP.
True.
He lost those 2 games, and it went down from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it.
I am a little bit curious though about some of the background noise, like because sometimes when people's family members start talking, I feel like sometimes, as much as they want to say, "Oh, that's just my brother," he don't talk or think for me. But how much is that? How minutes of that conversation did you actually have with your sibling?
You say it because I can't.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So a part of me does feel like even though they're the ones speaking it, I'm pretty sure their family member probably feels the same way.
I mean, they ain't coming out to deny it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
Yeah. So I don't know. It's crazy, but I'm glad we could do a little deep dive. I'm sorry, y'all, that we kind of got derailed on that, but that's our team. You know what I'm saying?
That's the majority of y'all squad.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel it.
So we had to get down on that. A couple more quick things. Well, this one might not be so quick, but I wanted to talk about the Siakam, or a couple of trades, and my bad, Siakam popped up there first, but we could talk about him being traded to the Pacers. What do you guys think? Win, loss, good, no?
We'll see, because isn't Halliburton out for the year?
Oh, out for the year?
I don't think so.
I know
he's out tonight. I don't know if he's out for the year though. I could be wrong. I don't know.
So he didn't tear his hamstring?
No, it's just a strain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good,
So
good. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
They were afraid at first that it'd be torn. Yeah.
I just think if it was that Kawhi Siakam, when he played with Kawhi, then I was like, oh, that's a good trade. But we ain't heard nothing about Siakam since Kawhi left Toronto. So
True.
I don't know, man.
I think it's good for him, but not this year.
Got you.
I think this year it's too late.
But maybe if they can build on it.
No, for sure. I think Halliburton's a point guard for the future, dog. Give him his money now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's legit. He's as legit point guard as it gets.
You gotta make sure you stay healthy though. That's the part.
Yeah. But I mean, this is his first real injury.
That's what I'm saying, but you gotta watch him though, So it's one. So
yeah, for sure. No,
he start getting hurt and can't play this guy yet.
Yeah, I do agree with that. They still need another piece. They still need like a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like they need somebody big. You know what I mean? To get over there for them to be real contenders. But
they said PG going back.
That'd be crazy. That
would be dope way to end your career coming back around because that's where he really put his roots down. Like that's where he really like grew into who he is. So Pops likes it. He says they have a good squad, might make a run.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And then Unc was on this one. Joel Embiid scoring 70 last night. Pretty cool, man. But I think the only funny thing about it to me is like the fact that it was on the same day as Kobe put up his 81. I'm like, did he know that? And was he trying to, do something? But go ahead.
I don't know. It wasn't that impressive to me.
Because, like, I kind of agree. Like, obviously, 70 points is 70 points. Like, that's getting buckets.
Right.
But, and it's funny that they kind of put Wemby on him. So he's like, all right, let me kind of show this rookie. You know what I'm saying? Let me, but it's cool, man. But also, like, I don't really like the whole, like, piece of paper thing, like, after the game.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is,
Yeah. It's like 40-something shots.
But even you see, I feel like the same way the coach felt with Cat. He was like, he didn't like how he's his own coach. I don't like how they force fed him. I think B got force fed too. I think it wasn't like that. Like Kobe, he got his on jumpers and making shots. It wasn't like force. You know what I'm saying?
Put me in the paint.
He got it in the hard way. You know what I'm saying? So.
And Kobe didn't have a choice, dog. When he put that up, like the team that he was surrounded by at that point in time, he ain't had no choice.
Yeah, for sure. But no, I agree with you too, Marcus. I did like that. Like, Karl Anthony Towns scored 63 last night, I think it was. And yeah, his coach after the game, they lost. He's like, it was immature. He's like, I get riding the hot hand, but like when you stop playing and you just start watching one guy and just force feeding somebody, like that's not really like respecting the game or playing the game.
He got 4 points in the fourth quarter when they needed him to get it. He got 4 points. So
yeah. Pop says Embiid won't do it when it counts. Can't stand that guy. So.
A part of me really thinks too sometimes, like at the beginning of games, I just feel like they're just like, hey guys, I'm gonna try to go for like as much as I can tonight. And they just
like when it starts hitting,
and they just give it to him. Like, all right, bet.
Yeah, for sure. The other big trade though for today, Strizzy, if you want to give us a couple minutes on this one, I don't know what you think.
Really? I ain't
but Rozier and Lowry and a first round pick.
Man, I love this. And here's the reason why I love it. Number one, it's Kyle Lowry and a protected first-round pick in 2027. The Miami Heat right now are good to the point to where, like, they're not going to be in no lottery anytime soon. You know what I mean? Right. Like, unless something major happens, like one of our big guys goes down for the season, they're gonna make it. They have a strong base. They have a strong team. They have one of the best coaches in the league, and that's not me as a Heat fan. That's around everywhere. Everyone looks at Spo in that way. And, we're getting a guy that averages 23 points and 7 assists a game compared to Kyle Lowry, who literally should retire. Like, he should just be like, I think I'm going to hang it up. You know what I mean? Like, he's done literally, and I mean literally nothing for us since the day we grabbed him. Like, I was upset the day I found out he was on his way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, why? Like, this doesn't make any sense.
He went to the finals, man.
He didn't get to the finals.
He got to the finals, man.
Man, he ain't have nothing.
Dog.
He ain't have nothing to do with
our. Come on, dog. He took you out to the finals, dog. Y'all wouldn't have been there like that guy, man. Come on, man.
Wildin', fam. You wild, man. Can't even say it with a straight face, dog. Like, but it's just one of them things where it's like to get someone like Terry, you know what I'm saying, as a point guard. I don't think it puts us over the top in the sense to get to a championship, but it definitely makes us better. We 100% did not get worse. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
I know he's happy too, boy. I can see his face right now, boy.
100%. So, well, the funny thing, Anthony, is because of the new CBA rules, there are a lot of contenders that he actually can't go to. So, like I think it's like the Suns, Celtics, I think Clippers. There's a couple, like a lot of like the main teams, the Nuggets. He can't even go to those teams.
He need to come to the Suns. They need a point guard. I think
they can't get him. They can't get him. No, because the CBA rules, he can't go to the Phoenix Suns.
Dang.
Yeah, we got to break that down because I didn't understand exactly that too. Like, I've never seen like such a list of teams. Like, I know you can't re-sign a player and certain things like that, but I just hope he doesn't wind up with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
I have a funny feeling that he's gonna show up over there. I'm like, please don't. Pop says Lowry's a bum. I don't understand why Hornets made the trade.
They're rebuilding. So I saw that they're rebuilding
money
with Brandon Miller and Melo. So that's why they got to get rid of some of their guys.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A bum. That hurts, man. You can call it a bum, dog.
You get called a bum. That's that's one of the worst things you can be called as an athlete.
But his story came when he was in Houston. He was a nobody, man. He made he said
that's true.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, man. I would have loved to have. I mean, I would have loved to have had him. 8 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they were like,
I was upset the day I found out he was on the way, dog. That's what you said. That's
right. Yeah, because even. Dude, 3 years ago when he came on, I was like, he ain't that player no more. He wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it showed. This man looks like he moving up he's moving up and down the field even slower than what Haslam was, dog. Like, it's bad, bro. Like, I don't know if you watched any Miami games, but it's just really, really bad.
Can we real 10 seconds talk about that? You brought up UD. Nah, he had no business getting his jersey retired. I don't care what nobody say. What was that?
This is the only time I'll agree with Paul Pierce. Like,
I don't know what he got on Pat Riley, boy, but he got some heat.
He caught Pat red-handed doing something crazy.
Right, and it gave him 4 extra years on his career, and he got his jersey in the rafters.
He got and in the rafters, like not even a year after he retired, dog. Like he in the rafters, not even a year later.
Right, like
Pat, hey Pat, I got what I want, Pat. Oh, come on, jersey retired this year. Come on, Pat. Yeah.
I picked out the dates and everything.
Dwayne Wade retired a couple of years back, and we just found out he's getting a statue. So you telling me like Dwayne Wade deserves a statue? You know what I'm saying there, but you're telling me you're gonna put UDs? I don't know. It's crazy. He got something, Marcus. He got something, man.
He's a Miami legend only just for being there that long.
But he ain't. I'm talking about for playing ball. That
right.
Jumper he had. Come on, dog. Yeah. Come on, man.
Oh man, yeah, that is a funny one.
I want his career stats. I'm gonna look it up. I want his career stats.
Man, he averaged 3.6.
Single, triple, single. Yeah, triple, single. Exactly. Exactly. Unc brought this one up though. Milwaukee firing their coach, Anthony Weston brought it up. 30-13, Milwaukee firing their coach. I do wonder about that one. I think we're gonna have to look into that one and come back next week with a little bit more juice on that story. And the other thing I want to talk about too is just real quick, Marcus, this is for you only. Should the Lakers trade D'Lo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially if they can
go, man. He gonna try to show out and hit 34 points when he should have been doing that. Get him out of here, man. Get out of here.
Yeah, I know it's funny. Like, and there's already rumors like that the Lakers are like letting him showcase right now because they're trying to get that trade value back up. Like all of a sudden he's had a hot couple games. They're like, perfect, get him out of here. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that's funny. Marcus, Pop says you need to start a show with all your conspiracy theories. There's a lot of them, but you never know. If we could only know.
Hey, can we fact check them though and see how many was right?
Right.
Is it a conspiracy about getting it right though? Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. We got to go back through the years, Yeah, we'll see how they turn out.
Always calling me out, man. I thought we were here, man. I thought we were here. I thought we were making the same. Okay.
Oh, too funny. Man. Baseball announced their Hall of Fame entries for the year, and so that was really cool. Adrian Beltre, big time. You know what I'm saying? First ballot Hall of Famer. We also had Todd Helton. And then Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer also being a first ballot Hall of Famer, which you know what I'm saying, great career and everything, but I'm like, I don't know, man. Like first ballot, like Adrian Beltre deserved it, but it's almost like they're like, we can't let him go in by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to put somebody else with him, balance it out. So, but congrats to these guys. I still just don't like the Baseball Hall of Fame, and I still just feel like it's kind of bogus if Barry Bonds is in there.
They put Pete Rose in there, I don't want to hear nothing about that.
Well, yeah, exactly. True. Pete Rose, too. They got multiple people on the outside looking in. So I just, you know what I'm saying? But congrats to these guys, but I just don't know. The last story, though, that we'll talk about before we sign off here, and Marcus, this one's for you, really. I did want to mention, give a shout out to our boy, Nick Dunlap, winning the PGA Tour, a PGA Tour tournament as an amateur at 20 years old. He goes to University of Alabama, and he's emotional here a little bit. I don't know if that's because he missed out on the $1.5 million that he would have won if he wasn't an amateur, or if it's, obviously for the feat. But first time since Phil Mickelson in 1991, that's a big thing. What did you think about that, being a golf, our golf expert?
They gotta change that, man. You gotta get man his money, man. He did all that work, all that. You know what I'm saying? He gotta get that money, man. I got feel they're gonna change it because doing stuff like that, that's how people going to live. You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing stuff like that, you can't do that. So they're gonna have to change that real quick, or like say he got his money some kind of way. But I don't like that, man. That's a lot of work to win. It's not easy to win. It ain't easy to win on a one day going golfing. To do it 3 days like that, and come on, man. I don't like that. So hopefully, if you talk to him, you can say he's emotional. He's happy you won. You know what I'm saying? As an amateur like that, it's about how work you go into that. So I get why he's crying, but at the same time, man, like that's why people leave, man. You gotta pay them, man.
Yeah, I feel it. Because it's like they had the big giant check, and it ended up going to second place. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the first pro. So that is pretty crazy. But yeah, definitely props to him and big things ahead. But I was curious about that too. I'm like, the NIL deals have changed college sports. So can he just get some money? You know what I'm saying? Break him off or something.
Man, I'd be about one of those tournaments and they came out with like a little bitty check.
like honestly, like if he like on that Sunday when he woke up, if he was like, yo, I'm a disenroll from Alabama today, you know what I'm saying? With his you know, can he be like, wait a minute, time out. I don't go to school anymore. I'm not an amateur. But shout out to him though. Definitely big things ahead. And then I'll end it on here too though. Anthony Weston saying he said Adrian Beltre was on Triple Play Baseball in 1996 and 2021. That's crazy, man. That's a big time career. So shout out to him for sure. But I think we're gonna leave it right there, man. We'll be back later to do our championship game breakdowns. But Marcus, Strizzy, y'all good?
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight.
I had one thing to say, man. I forgot to say last week when I wasn't on there. But I want to say, can we give a little more detail? I was at grandma's service, and they said that your mom wrote for the newspaper. I don't care, man. That was big to me. What column was that she wrote? Can I get a newspaper that she wrote? I'm gonna go look for some stuff. That was pretty cool, man. So I heard that. Sure. I think I mentioned that, but I wanted to know what article it was. I'm going to find me a newspaper with her stuff, and I'm gonna frame it.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, we can get you some stuff. But yeah, she started as a journalist. She went to journalism school, started as a journalist. Knew that. Yeah, worked in the business section, and then became an editor. And so that was hard for me because, you know what I'm saying, she would grade my English papers before I even turned them in. And the English teacher over here thinking I'm tripping, like I'm cheating or something, because she would grade them first and be like, you need to redo this. She'd be correcting my speech and everything like that. So, but yeah, she was big time with the Arizona Republic for many years, and she even won some awards. So maybe we'll get you one with she has some where she was in the paper, like, and they showed her picture with like, you know,
I just heard that. I was like, what? Yeah, like that's a downplay. That's a big time, man. You gotta put that out there, you know?
No, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Big shout out to moms, you know what I'm saying, doing big things with the Arizona Republic. And even she goes all the way back to the Phoenix Gazette, which most people probably don't even know what that is. But, you know what I'm saying, we used to have 2 papers in the Valley. Yeah, she was on both. So congrats, moms, on that for sure. Yeah, so Anthony West says, dope, very cool. Kelly says, we can find him, Marcus. Mom is amazing. She helped me get through my master's. Yeah, for sure. We had our own in-house editor. So that definitely came through at times, even though it was kind of annoying at times too. I'm not gonna lie, but love you, Mom. Great job. Yes, award-winning writer. So she does a great job. So thank you, Mom, for that though. And instilling a little journalism in us. You know what I'm saying? She could teach us how to report a little bit more. So that's what's up. But yeah, we'll leave it on claps for moms, and we'll be back later this week for our championship game breakdowns, and then next week for episode 231. But until then, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Trev.
Well, Marcus, peace out.
Thanks for listening to Say Like a Champ. Engage with us on Instagram. Share your thoughts, and you might just be featured on the show. Be sure to subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you pod so you don't miss next week's episode of Say Like a Champ.